Hello, everybody. I'm Scott Pantel, CEO of LSI, and today I'm with Joe McGinley, CEO of McGinley Orthopedics. Joe, welcome.
Scott, thanks for having me here today. Looking forward to our conversation.
Thanks for joining us. We're really excited to have you as one of our innovators at the upcoming summit.
So our company was founded on a real case. We had a young kid that came in, was seeing our co-founder, Dr. Scott Kozin, and they were seeing him because they had a screw that was too long. So they fractured their wrist. They got a plate, they got a screw placed on their wrist, and one of the screws was too long. And unfortunately, this patient had an adverse outcome because of that. So we reviewed how that's currently done. And right now, that's a completely manual process. So when you fracture a bone, when you break a bone, when a surgeon goes in to fix that, the tools they're using aren't much different than they were decades ago. So what we said is, as an engineer, my background's in engineering, as an engineer, we said we can make this better. We can put sensors within the power tools themselves to augment what the surgeon is actually doing in the operating room. So we sketched out a design. It was myself, my co-founders, Dr. Scott Kozin and Scott Porter, and we literally sketched it out at a restaurant on a napkin, a true napkin sketch. And we went back, we tinkered with a couple of prototypes, ended up testing the concept of how these sensors would work. And sure enough, we were able to develop a system that can sense bone while it's drilling. So what we, in essence, developed was handheld robotics for orthopedic surgeons. So now, when they're using our technology, our IntelliSense drill, when they're in the operating room, this technology allows the surgeon to have better feedback of the anatomy where they're working. So as they're drilling through the bone, the system will sense the bone as it's drilling, and it'll automatically stop when it breaches through the cortex of the bone that was prescribed by the surgeon. In addition to that, it tells them exactly what size screw they need, so there's no more manual process, no more manual measuring. They get an exact measurement every time, accurate to tenths of a millimeter. So that really was the basis of the idea. That was the basis of the company. And essentially, the rest is history from there. There's a lot of details, as you know, from getting from that to commercialization. But we went from a napkin sketch to testing prototypes, to building prototypes, to getting a production device in place, doing the testing that's required for the FDA, received FDA clearance, developed the product, commercialized the product, and now we're early stage revenue. So it's been a wonderful journey so far, and we're definitely not even close to being finished yet. You want to be able to make a difference. If someone joins our team, invests in our company, participates in our company, not only is it a sound investment, but our products are disruptive technology. We're making a difference. We're not just trying to make a product that's 5% lighter or 2% less expensive. We're trying to make something that benefits patients for really decades to come. We're trying to change the standard of care in medicine, and to be part of that really in any way I see as exciting. So, hopefully investors share that enthusiasm and share that vision. And if we can get them on board with us, we'd really like to see many individuals become part of our family, become part of our team, and invest in something that really can change the future.
Great story. And I was reading your, doing a little homework and looked at your LinkedIn profile, and you got son, husband, father, engineer, physician, and one of the other pieces is mountaineer. And I figured there was probably a part of the story had to do with maybe some broken bones you've seen out there, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's also the case. But you just said something that I think I'd like to explore a little bit. You said you're generating revenue already. Tell us about the stage of development of the company. I believe we're going to be talking about your capital raise here in a moment, and I'd like to know what you're going to do with the use of proceeds. But you're generating revenue. Tell us a little bit about the stage of the company.
Yeah, so we're early stage revenue. We're not profitable yet, but we do have revenue coming in the door. We have two main products that are on the market that are FDA cleared. The first is our flagship product, our IntelliSense drill. We've had that out for a couple of years now as we've been refining the software. And then more recently, within the past year, we released a plate for wrist fracture. So we've come full circle on our design and concept and founding idea. But those two products are generating revenue. Our IntelliSense drill is located in several countries around the world. Our lever action distal radius plates, our latest product, that's 100% made in the USA and being implanted in patients across the United States. So we're growing that revenue. We're building our sales team. We have a mix of employed regional sales directors in conjunction with distributors, but we're starting to build momentum. We're starting to see surgeons look at this technology, see the benefit for their patients, and then bringing it into their operating rooms and offering it to their own patients.
So Joe, let's talk about the patients. Tell us how your products are helping patients.
Scott, that's a great question. Obviously, it seems like we have a lot of good engineering here and a lot of fun products we're working on, but really it's all about the patients. Every product that we design and develop has the patient in mind. What we're looking for are products that will improve patient outcomes. For the IntelliSense drill, for example, by using this product, it can expedite an operating procedure, can save time in the operating room. But more importantly, by having those sensors, by having that augmented sensor technology, it provides a level of safety for those particular surgeries. Our IntelliSense drill will automatically stop when it breaches the far side of the bone, so there's not plunging and damage of tissue on the far side of the bone. But really, that important point of measuring a screw size, that seems trivial, but if you have a screw that's too short, that hardware may not have a strong construct, so that fracture might not heal well. If a screw is too long, it can injure and damage tissue on the far side of the bone. Believe it or not, in published literature right now, the average replacement rate of screws is 25%. That's what's considered standard of care. So, imagine any other industry where you say, yeah, I have a 25% error rate, and that's the standard. That's what we go by. So this is not an insignificant or uncommon problem. This is something that happens every day and can happen really in every surgery where drilling and plates and screws are being placed. So we're trying to attack that route. For our plates, for our distal radius plates, that's your wrist. I mean, if that fracture is not fixed correctly, or if the alignment is not perfect, you can get decreased motion of your wrist, you can get early arthritis, you can get chronic pain. So there's a lot of downsides to just doing it the way we've always done it. So with our products, what we're trying to say is, yes, this is how we've done it, but how can we do it better? How can we think of what's going to give the patient the best outcome for years to come? And our products, again, that's what we're focused on, is patient safety and positive patient outcomes.
That's great. So I imagine you're going for a capital raise. In fact, I know a little bit about that. Tell us what you can about the raise. How big is it? What's the vehicle you're using? Let's get current on the current fundraise situation.
Well, this is a fun topic of conversation, and we're going to be attending the LSI meeting coming up here in March. And one of the purposes is to talk about fundraising and investment. We are an innovative technology-based company. That's not just with the products we develop. We try to innovate in every aspect of our company, whether it's sales, whether it's engineering, whether it's manufacturing. But fundraising is one of those. We've taken advantage of some of the newer avenues for companies like ours to raise funds, and we've been successful so far. We've taken advantage of Regulation D, 506B, and 506C in the past. We've had very successful rounds of fundraising using each of those models. And now we're excited to announce coming up that we're going to be taking that a step further and transitioning into a Reg A+. And what that's going to allow us to do is just reach a larger number of individuals, provide opportunity to individuals that previously didn't have access to companies like ours for investment. They'll now be able to be part of our team. And for us, that's the exciting part of it. We look at our investors as members of our team, members of our family. We reach out and call our investors all the time. They all have unique skill sets. They all have unique life experiences. And we learn from our investors. They want to be part of our team. So by having this avenue, we're going to have access to literally the entire planet. We'll have investors from all over the world that can come on board and be part of McGinley Orthopedics. So not only does that help us with fundraising, and yes, it is unique. Regulation A+ is wonderful for companies like ours. Not only is it great for fundraising, but these individuals, listen, they can be patients on the other end of this, and they can say, listen, I want this product used. I want the IntelliSense used on me. I want that distal radius plate. I want that lever action plate. So it works in many ways. They also may be orthopedic surgeons. They may be hospital executives. So it's going to just give us a great opportunity, not only for investment, but also for growing sales and growing our team members within our company.
I love it. I love the story. You've got obviously big patient populations out there in all the areas that you're addressing. I love the idea of your investors becoming your ambassadors, becoming ultimately your patients, and I think there's a lot of momentum that you get out of that. So I applaud you for taking your entrepreneurial approach with how you run your business to how you raise your capital. That's really, really exciting. And as we've talked, David Wield, who's the father of the Jobs Act, who 12 years ago was putting in the regulations in place so that we could be where we're at today. He's going to be keynoting the meeting to talk about how excited he is about where things are at. So I just think it's terrific that you guys are going for it, and wish you all the best.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet him. I mean, obviously, we'll have to say thank you for that, because I think we've taken advantage of every concept within that Jobs Act to get our company to where we are today. And we're continuing to use really what the vision was for that. And again, it's giving access to individuals that previously would not have access to investment in companies such as ours. So
yeah,
we're excited to be participating on both ends of this.
Yeah, it's great. And one of the things I recently learned is that one of the drivers for the Jobs Act was not only to fund, growth stage companies, but to fund social impact companies, impact investments. And to steal a line from our keynote speaker 2 years ago, Chris Vellis, co-founder of Auris Health and chairman of Meraki, and his quote is, which I love, that MedTech is the original and the best impact investment. So I just think there's a lot of really, really good things that are happening. And the idea that we can help so many patients and you can get the crowd involved, it's really exciting.
And discussing impact, Scott, I think it's important for individuals to know that we're located in an opportunity zone, which, the building you can partially see in my background. This is a historic building in Casper, Wyoming, and we're headquartered here on purpose. We are in an opportunity zone. We're located in an opportunity zone. Our company's headquartered in an opportunity zone. So that does help the communities. That does help build the downtowns. It helps to revitalize the areas that may not have seen this type of investment or this type of technology company located where they are today. So yeah, there's multiple ways that this can be impactful beyond just the traditional route of investment.
So Joe, tell us about current investment opportunities that may exist as you guys are in the transition to Regulation A.
Great question, Scott. So as I mentioned, we were using 506C investment exemption, and we still have funds available in that round. We are going to keep that investment open until it's completely filled. And again, we wanted to bring in the funds to make sure that we had a cushion as we transition, as we can continue running business, getting started in the Reg A. So if anyone's interested in investing currently before we enter the Reg A plus round, I'd be glad to chat with you about it, and just reach out. We have contact information on our website, or you can just email me directly through our website.
So Joe, talk to us a little bit about use of proceeds. You've got a sales force that you're building. You guys are generating revenue. At a certain point, to really scale and get a technology like this out there that can help a lot of people, there's always the thought of lining up with a strategic that has a sales force in place. Where does that come into play with regard to your strategy? Something you're thinking about? Is it down the road? What's on your mind with that?
Right. So the thought on strategics is that is one option. Obviously, we are very passionate about getting our product out there in as many surgeons' hands as possible. The best way to do that is to partner with someone that already has an established sales force, already has established contracts. So if we found a strategic company to partner with, and they brought that benefit, then that's a great fit. That's wonderful for us to be integrated with a larger company. It'd be great to work with their teams to get this product out there to commercialize our additional products. However, we don't want to depend on that. We don't want to depend on an acquisition or a partnership. What we want to say is that that's great. That would be a wonderful way of doing it. But how else can we do it? How else can we be innovative in getting these products out there? By raising the funds that we're planning to raise right now, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to try to grow our sales team, both with distributor networks as well as in-house sales representatives and sales leaders. But more importantly, remember, we have a large patent portfolio, over 135 patents. We want to commercialize these other products. They are just as impactful as the products we have on the market. We're working on other technologies in the handheld robotic realm. We're working on other innovative navigation systems. We're working on other implants. These are things we have prototypes right now sitting in our office. So with this type of funding, it'll allow us to really maximize our potential. So that's what the funds are for, is to maximize our potential. We have been raising funds through the 506B and C over the last several years. That allowed us to grow at a manageable pace. But now we have, to be honest, we have a backlog of products. We have a backlog of sales that we really need to get out there and get moving on. And this gives us that opportunity to move to that next level.
That's great. I think that's really smart. You know, you get prepared, you prepare to continue, and you always have that option in mind. And I think that something tells me that there's some strategics that are going to be very interested in what you're up to. Actually, I'm sure they already are interested. And I look forward to watching from the sidelines on how that progresses, because at the end of the day, we can help a lot of patients really quickly when we find the right strategic partnership. So applaud you for, you know, planning to go it alone if needed, but also being open to the other path. All right, before we wrap it up, is there any final message or anything you'd like to share with our audience here today?
Well, yeah, really. I mean, if you're attending LSI or if you're thinking about attending LSI, it's just a wonderful meeting. Our first meeting was last year. We met a lot of great individuals. Part of the reason that we're moving forward with the Reg A Plus is from relationships from that particular meeting. We met a lot of individuals in other areas that had expertise that was helpful for our company, both now and in the future. And we're looking forward to coming back. So if you plan on attending and you're there, come up, introduce yourself. I'd be glad to chat with you about our company, about your ideas. And really, it's those conversations. The more people you get in the room, the more positive comes out of it. There's no such thing as a non-productive meeting. If there's people in the room, you're going to learn something, you're going to have an idea, you're going to have a thought that you just didn't have by seeing other individuals' perspective. You know, as far as our company, again, we're really excited. You know, the products we have on the market right now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Our company has over 135 patents. We're developing those products in various stages. We have several that we're looking at to commercialize in the coming months that are just going to push us to that next level. We want to innovate. We want to be disruptive. We want to compete. The only way to do that is to design something that benefits patients in an impactful way. And we're hopeful that our products really will do that. The results we've seen would suggest that we're on the right track, but we need supporters. We need others to feel that vision. We need others to say, yes, I believe in this as well. And hopefully they'll feel that same excitement and energy and become part of our team.